Tom here, Tuesday morning. So I'm still concentrating on my bird dogging and calling brokers that I hadn't talked to recently, letting them know that I'm still looking. And it's funny, I don't do as much. I used to look for property all the time, whether I had money in the bank or not, because I do a flip or an assignment. Well, as I've gotten more established and have more, I'm so busy kind of maintaining my properties that I generally don't look so much as I used to until I actually have a chunk of money. But and right now I do, but I'm still having so much I'm having trouble finding a deal right now, and I'm so busy I'm not having as much time to look. But the good part of that is that the money that comes in from my rentals keeps piling up. And I'm reminded by a property I just passed a little while ago. I wanted it. It's actually an interesting story. There was this guy I know, he had two properties for sale, one across the street from the other. Nice little commercial properties, older, ones that they're actually both were originally houses. And he had an air conditioning company out of there. And so they're across the street from each other, and I find out he's got these for sale, and already the one was for sale for, I think he wanted $550, and I was like, man, I'll buy that. But it was already taken. And then he says, well, you can buy the one across the street. It's $240 or $220. I said, I'll take it. So I bought the one, so I bought that one, and then the other one, I said, man, well, I sure would like to buy the other one if that deal starts to go bad. And again, I take too many vacations, I guess, but this is another vacation loss. So I go on vacation, and I come back, and I said to him, I says, I always follow up on things that I'm watching anyways. I call, and I said, hey, what's the status on that? Do those people close? And he goes, no, they backed out. He goes, but now it's in escrow with somebody else. So anyways, that's why you got to stay in touch with your, you got to stay in touch with people all the time, because they'll forget you like that. You could be talking to a guy and he'll say, yeah, well, if it doesn't go through, I'll sell it to you. And then some guy walks up to him the day after it fell out or the day it falls out and says, I'll buy it. He ain't going to think about you. He just sells it to the next guy. So it's very important that you always stay in the forefront of everyone's mind that has something for sale. Otherwise, you can just lose it like that. They won't remember you. They will not. You can't count on it, that's for sure. But anyways, so that's what's happening. I'm kind of staying on that. And actually, back to books. I was talking about As a Man Thinketh was a book that I've read many, many times. And I brought it with me this morning to grab when I went and had coffee. And I remember now, I only just barely cracked into it, but it's something you can actually read in an hour. It's a very short book. 200 years ago, James Allen. Actually, here's the book right here. As a Man Thinketh. I think you can read that. That's it. And great little book, and I'm remembering why I liked it so much. It basically, says, look, you are the maker of your own life, your own destiny. The things that you have or don't have are a direct result, pretty much, of what you do. And people ask me, how I've been successful, and really it's not the most exciting thing. It's just hard work, really. It's just work. Like I say, I'm always telling you, constantly, be on the watch, contacting people. It just doesn't fall into your hands. You have to be diligent and just, relentless, and just work and work and work. And it's not hard work, but it's a discipline. You gotta, and I fail at it sometimes. You have to stay in touch. You have to call. You have to follow up. And that's really the difference. There's a lot of things that come out on the open market all the time. And people think, well, nobody's going to list anything cheap. It's not true. It's the guy who gets there first. Because even if you get there first and maybe the price isn't ideal, you can make an offer that makes it a great deal. And they might take it. But if you don't get there first, you're not going to have that chance, because somebody's going to get there before you, and they're going to make their offer, and then that's going to set the price, or they're going to accept it, or who knows what's going to happen. But anyways, so As a Man Thinketh, I just barely cracked it, and I'm about to get back into it again, but I'll give more of a report on it soon. If I can find an hour to read it this morning, I'll make it later today. So, but I just tell anybody right now, just if you're looking, get yourself educated. If you're just getting your toes wet in the real estate, investing, then listen, you don't have to buy anything, but you still have to build your brain. You have to get your knowledge base going, and start calling on those properties that are for sale in the area that's near you or near your work, and so you'll know what they're worth. And then when the sign goes away, follow up, call that same agent and say, find out what it sold for, so you'll have an accurate guide in your head as to what things are worth. And even as I'm driving right now, again, I drive by the same properties every day, and I'm reminded, yep, got to follow up and call again, got to call again. So that's it for now. Just wanted to touch base and let you know I'm going to give you a report on this book, and remind you to stay hard at it looking for your properties. That's it.